Did you know that grocery prices have shot up by 30% in just 4 years? Shocking, isn't it? But how did we get here? After World War II, the grocery industry was built to provide affordable, convenient and abundant food for all. However, today things have taken a different turn. The culprit? A perfect storm of disruptions in supply chains due to the pandemic and the grocery industry's decision to take advantage of the chaos. This has led to a seismic shift in food pricing. According to Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's Analytics, the average US household had to shell out an extra $213 every month from January just to buy what they bought a year ago. But it doesn't stop there. Compared to 2 years ago, families are shelling out an average of $65 more each month. And compared to 3 years ago, it's a staggering $1,119 extra per month. These facts and figures paint a grim picture of the financial strain faced by the average American household. While inflation rates have dipped from their peak, many families are still feeling the pinch. The cost of stocking the kitchen cupboards and feeding the family has skyrocketed, with no sign of relief in sight. And here's the kicker. Despite the illusion of choice that the endless rows of products in grocery aisles might suggest, most grocery aisles are controlled by just a handful of consumer packaged goods companies. They own many of the brands you see on the shelves, dictating prices and influencing our choices in more ways than we can imagine. Inflation is taking a toll on everyday Americans. It's clear that relief can't come soon enough. The current situation is a wake-up call, a signal that we need to be more aware of what we're buying, how much we're spending, and who's really controlling the price tags. So next time you're at the grocery store, remember, it's not just about filling your cart. It's about navigating a landscape that's more complex than it seems. According to the latest CPI report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, food prices increased by 2.2% from February 2023 to February 2024. What this translates to is that the average shopper, yes, people like you and me, are spending more money and getting less food in return. But why is this happening? One key factor is the illusion of choice that we all encounter in our grocery aisles. You might think that you're choosing between a wide array of brands, but the reality is that most grocery aisles are controlled by just a few consumer packaged goods companies, or CPGs for short. Let's take the soft drink market as an example. When you walk down the drinks aisle, you'll see Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and maybe a few others. But did you know that Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and Keurig Dr. Pepper collectively control a whopping 90% of the soda market? These big players have a virtual stranglehold on the market, and they're not shy about using it to their advantage. Sales of soda have shot up by 56%, yet, despite this increase, the number of bottles or cans sold is actually down by 2%. What's happening here? Well, these companies are selling less but charging more. Coca-Cola, for instance, saw a 12% sales boost in the last quarter of 2023, but they achieved this not by selling more soda, but by raising their prices. And it's not just Coca-Cola. PepsiCo was hot on their heels with a 7% increase in beverage sales for the same period. And again, they achieved this by upping their prices, not by selling more drinks. So what does this mean for us consumers? In a nutshell, we're spending more money and getting less food in return. The big brands are charging us more and we're getting less bang for our buck. And as the cost of living continues to rise, this is a trend that's set to continue. Have you ever wondered why you see Coca-Cola, Pepsi and Dr. Pepper everywhere you go? It's certainly not by chance. These beverage giants dominate the soft drink market like a game of Monopoly, leaving little room for competition. Their omnipresence in our grocery aisles and fast food chains isn't the only thing that's sky high. Sales and prices have soared too, creating an upward spiral that seems unstoppable. Coca-Cola, for instance, celebrated a 12% sales increase in the fourth quarter of 2023. PepsiCo wasn't far behind, with a 7% uptick in beverages for the same period. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. PepsiCo's organic revenue was up by a staggering 4.5%, thanks to a strategic move to up their prices. Yet despite these higher prices, there was a drop in volumes for both snacks and drinks, down 3% and 2% respectively. What does this mean for us, the consumers? Well, we're left to bear the brunt of these price hikes, shelling out more for our favourite drinks and snacks. And it's not just a one-time thing. These increases are becoming the norm, a trend that shows no signs of slowing down. The confidence of these companies is startling. Their belief in their power to dictate prices is unwavering. One executive was quoted as saying, "I still think we're capable of taking whatever pricing we need." It's almost as if they're throwing down the gauntlet, challenging us to either pay up or go without. So we're left with a choice. Do we continue to fuel this cycle by buying these products, or do we seek out alternatives? It's a tough decision, especially when these brands are so deeply ingrained in our lives. But one thing's for certain, these companies are confident they can keep charging us more for our soda fix. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? As we reach for that can of soda, we're not just quenching our thirst, we're supporting a system that continues to dominate our choices and our wallets. Given the current situation, it's time to rush to the store and stock up on groceries. The writing is on the wall, folks. As grocery prices continue to skyrocket, it's becoming increasingly important to secure our kitchen shelves with the necessary food items. It's not just about weathering an economic storm, but it's also about ensuring our family's well-being during these unpredictable times. Remember, it's not hoarding, it's being proactive and prepared. It's about having a safety net in a world that seems to be spinning faster than we can keep up with. And while we can't control the rising prices, we can certainly control our readiness for it. So, let's fill up those shopping carts, let's stock up those pantries, let's prepare ourselves for the days ahead. Things are getting crazy, and it's essential to prepare now. It's time to stock up and brace for what's coming.